Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game On. So, in the break, we've noticed that Tankster probably should have had a little bit more HP since Beastmasters gave their animals a little bit more. And so the question is whether to retcon his HP and keep Tankster alive, or to embrace the chaos that is the game, since, you know, other things we didn't retcon. And since we're having a hard time figuring this out, we were just going to leave it up to chat to vote.
Chat to vote.
And,
yeah.
And to be clear, his health would have been 16 instead of 5.
Right, so he would be alive. So it's up to chat. You can vote alive, or you can vote dead. And we'll just kind of eyeball it and see how it goes, because we're having a hard time deciding.
I'm with. I mean, she knows. I named this dog actually after my bulldog who passed away. So Tank.
Yes, chat.
I mean, I guess to be fair, you can re-roll concentration checks on 2 of those.
But then we'd have to like go. Then he would still be alive, and the battle would. It's kind of messing.
Yeah. All right.
Come on, chat. We know that some of you. Thank you, Shwam Sham Wham Bam. But maybe that's just the only one. All right. Okay. Tankster is not quite dead. He was playing dead. You know, hit in the side of the neck, ripped open and bloody, but like just playing dead. And once the Chimera's dead, he like pops back up. He's like, oh, okay.
He was playing dead.
Kill it again. That's what chat's saying. Break it alive and kill it.
So we like mourn Tankster and we like dig this grave for him. And then finally he's like, and we're like, tears are down our face. And we're really upset.
I mean, this dog's huge still. I don't care if it's a puppy. It's still huge. So I can actually hug this dog. And so I hug him and I just hold him. And I'm like, oh my God, I was not ready to meet you on the Rainbow Bridge at some point in time. I'm so glad you're here. So take away all those things right there. So with Tankster, the way he is health wise, I assume Koibu with companions, do they also replenish health the same way we do?
Yeah, when you guys can short rest, he'll be back to full and everything. It'll be fine.
I can also heal. I have cure wounds.
Sour Beers, I don't think you can get armor for the dog. I don't think that's how that works.
I could put armor on the dog. We have extra armor.
You can actually
armor out of the Chimera
on your dog and your horse.
That's true.
Stats for that.
That's true.
It could be done.
It could be done.
All right. Well, you know, I would be if you guys are fine with putting some armor on Tank. I would love to.
Well, we can't do it now. We're in the middle of a mission.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's
okay. Gotcha. How that works. All right. Gotcha. All right. Cool. Then. Wipe away the tears, and if we got everything that we need, we should probably get into the town by nightfall so we can rest up and start
on the outskirts. Probably would be better because we don't want to. He kind of is probably looking for people like us. We made ourselves known.
Yeah,
gotcha.
You might want to be sneaky.
And chat real quick. Thank you. Seriously, thank you.
Give him dog boots.
Guys, so soft.
Softness is strength.
Never. Okay. So, you guys continue north until the sun begins to set. You can see the keep in the distance, kind of sitting atop a hill with a view over everything. It's got its back against a small mountainous outcropping. And you know where this postern gate is. You know it's on the east side, kind of between 2 walls, which will make sense when you see the actual keep itself. And the question is, how would you like to proceed?
Well, I feel like after the battle we've had and whatnot, we should probably just kind of set up a little camp, like maybe out of sight and out of mind of the people nearby. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Lumen, can you check for a good spot for us right now.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine I'd be familiar with the area, right?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want me to roll anything for that, or just?
Yeah. Why don't you give me a what's it called?
Survival.
Survival. That's exactly what I'm looking for. A survival check. Very nice. There is a little. What's the word here? It's like a little dip in a meadow nearby that kind of it descends, and then there's like not quite an underground part, but like a washed back area in this little dip in a meadow that you can use as nice cover. That way you're like below ground level, and it's you're blocked from the wind, and nothing's going to be able to see you, and your smell's not going to travel too far, and it'll be a nice little pleasant place to rest. So how long are you staying here? Are you?
I think a short rest would be fine. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd agree.
I thought we were going to scope the place out before we enter. Are we? Are we not scoping the place out first?
Well, I would say like after the day that we've had, like it's mainly sleeping right now and then tomorrow scoping it out before we go in at the cover of night.
All right, my belly doesn't feel too good. Must have been that chimera meat.
It looks like you were having a harrowing time cooking that, Brother Honey Buns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, short rest. Then we could do our.
You guys short rest?
And give us our spells back, though.
Yeah, we can. It won't give you your spells. It will allow you to gain HP if you're missing some. So Tankster can roll for HP, I believe. Why don't you roll?
What time is it at night? Is it at night time now?
Yeah, the sun is setting.
I would say just do a long rest then, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just do a long rest.
You guys rest the whole night away.
And then, of course, we do our whatever watches.
Right. Let's just make some rolls here to see if there's any wandering monsters in this region while you rest. And while you're resting, what is the conversation like? Because you're about to go sneak into a castle and kidnap or murder somebody. Is there any like the night before the final engagement chatter that you guys are having?
Plan of action if we think he's a magic user. I definitely have a spell ready to silence him. And then we can tackle him and force the potion down his throat.
I'm gonna kill him.
You're gonna kill him?
We're gonna try to keep him alive.
I need to avenge Gamgee. I'm sure you understand with the recent encounter with Tankster.
I totally understand that, but if it's
do you
possible,
think he should have a quick, short, merciful death, or a long, drowned-out death after court procedures?
Because they're not going to keep him alive, most likely, right, Koopa?
But the problem is that with all of your ridiculous laws, there are plenty of ways to get out of things when you've been causing trouble, and there's one easy way, the natural way, which is to kill him.
This is all true, and I totally understand where your heart's at, but you have to understand that he tried to not just somebody of his own flesh and blood, but he also has tried to usurp the people in this region, and that just trust me on this one. There is no amount of pain or even death you can inflict on him that he is not going to get tenfold after the proceedings are done. And at least with the proceedings, it will also be a warning and showcase to anybody who would ever try to do this to the region as a whole, rather than silently behind closed doors like we would do. So I'm just saying is that it's better to have it
there.
Have it as a reminder of anybody that would kill, and also would go against nature. And so I'm just saying is that if you can quell it as much as possible, just wait. Trust me, far greater, worse things are coming to him if we do not do it the way that you are initially thinking.
I'll trust you this one time.
Thank you.
And if court proceedings don't work, we always have underground tunnels into the prisons.
There seems to be a lot of underground tunnels everywhere, so it's you know.
Right. The night passes without any events. You wake up the next morning. You see the keep up on the hill, but it's daytime right now, and they're definitely gonna see you coming because you know it's a keep, and they've got like watchmen. So, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna get to that postern gate without being detected or spotted?
Well, we could scope for the day.
Okay. Okay.
Because I am not a very sneaky fellow.
That
no,
that has been
brother
known to be semi-accurate. Let's take a look over here at where you guys are now.
And then we should be at full HP, right?
Yes, everyone and everything is at full. Yeah. So we've got our little keep here. I'm just going to make it look like this. Boop, boop, boop. This middle boop needs to be over a little bit. There we go. So that's our little keep. And it's up on that first hill. So what's your approach here? Talk to me.
That is an amazing keep.
I should have been an artist.
Very
a visual artist.
Is it pink? Is it pink? Is it
like my kind of keep. It's fabulous.
Or not Washington. The hospital in Hawaii.
Is pink?
Yeah, that's why it wasn't bombed during Pearl Harbor, because they thought it was a hotel.
Oh.
Wow, you are a wealth of information there, brother Honey Buns.
About this, I don't know. I remember this something called Tripler Hospital in Hawaii. There's flashes of random information.
Just randomly just starts looking like 1,000-mile stare, just blurts this out. Like, okay. Interesting. So I think, you know, yeah, it's going to be now. Is it very forested, you know, around this area?
No, those hills
flat plains or
it's kind of like chaparral, you know, like Southern California foothills, like lots of low-lying shrubs, but nothing too tall.
Gotcha. Well, actually, now that I think about it, with Tankster's abilities and that kind of stuff, and him just being a small pup, he's not going to really garner that much attention. And I do have the ability to speak to animals, so potentially I could have him kind of at least scope out the walls, not, you know, in any too much of a line of sight, or, you know, near in any kind of way where he's close enough for them to get shot. But I could send him out to scope it out, the place, and, you know, using my ability to be able to talk to him shouldn't be a big thing.
And then Koopa can transform and actually get an inside look, right, Koopa?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I can transform into a cat.
So Koopa's going to become a cat, and Tankster is going to get a little bit closer?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about those of you that are still humans or semi-humans?
I would say with us, like, we could get close enough, like, you know, judging on the hills and that kind of stuff. We could get close enough to where, you know, we're not necessarily going to be seen. We can skulk about a little bit. At least with me and my ranger abilities, I should be able to.
I will not make an attempt to sneak. I will guard this camp very nice.
Okay. All right.
By cooking some more meals, because I make a lot of clink and clatter.
That we're ready to gorge ourselves before the big battle.
We must.
Now, out of curiosity, what does nature do?
I mean, it doesn't have one specific use. You can say that you want to do something that might be covered under nature check. So, like, how do I want to say? It's not so much that those abilities tie one-to-one with a specific action. It's you can take any action you want, and then we try and find an ability that would closely represent that.
Gotcha. So is there any kind of camouflage ability with a ranger, stealth, nature?
Yeah, you could try and stealth. up close.
Okay.
But it is a fortified keep, so it's in a position. It's built in a way that they can keep an eye on anything that's coming. Right. The objective with the keep is to be hard to sneak up upon.
Oh wait,
especially in broad daylight.
About the tunnels leading to?
Yeah, there's that little sewer system that runs out into that nearby river.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely there. We could
probably get closer that way.
True. All right. So where's the river? I guess then in the adjacents to if you can give us.
Yeah, it's this this thing.
This thing right there. Okay, so I guess we'd come over here a little bit over to the river to scope out the place and look, and then Tankster and Koopa can check on the other sides.
Sure. So, Koopa, you become... What sort of cat are you?
A calico cat.
Oh, so like a house cat.
Oh, can I be...
I mean, you could probably be like...
a cat, though, because I want to be, I don't want to be...
noticed.
Obvious. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I look like a wild cat, but not necessarily like... I guess more like a... Yeah, I look feral. That's the good one.
Okay, cool.
But, I'm calico...
Cool. So why don't you give me a stealth check at advantage as a little calico cat to see if anyone even notices the cat. You know, even if they do spot you, they might not care that there's a cat cruising around. But
nice.
You're small. You blend in with the terrain. You can kind of poke your head up towards this keep, and let's. We're gonna take a look at this keep for a moment here.
Perfect.
Zoom out a little bit. And change a couple of settings for us. Nope. There we go. La la la.
Ooh. Transformation.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is the keep that you guys are approaching here. It's pretty big. Oops. It's got two walls. Well, it's got the full perimeter wall that goes all the way around, and then it's got this middle wall that kind of separates the front from the back-ish. And you guys know that the postern gate is... This is a terrible color. Is right over here somewhere, right on the side. And it's supposed to be like a way that you can enter this inner courtyard from the outside without having to go through any of those front gate areas.
Gotcha.
Now, as a cat, you're going to have a hard time finding the stone that you're supposed to be able to move to pull the lever because, well, it's going to be a little bit high up, and as a cat, you're going to be a little bit too weak to pull a stone out and check. But you can, get up close and kind of poke around, or you're a kitty cat, so I don't know what else you might want to try or do. It's totally up to you.
Am I inside now, or
no? You're over here somewhere. Yeah, you're on the outside.
Well, is there any obvious route that we could take to get over here without being noticed?
To get inside, you mean?
Well, wasn't I supposed to come over here as a cat because there were guards?
I don't know what your intentions are.
Aren't there guards around the...
Yes, there are soldiers on these parapets on the corners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there are soldiers directly above me, is what you're saying?
Yeah, but they're kind of there's two guys standing next to each other. They're having a conversation while looking out over the open field and across the hills, and they don't notice the cat, but you can definitely see that they're keeping a pretty close eye on the terrain around them.
Okay. So is there a route that I can find that in the night will be stealthy for the crew to be able to approach this?
Sure.
Because basically I just want to scout out a good trail.
Give me a nature check.
Okay. Oh, good.
4's not very great.
Can I do survival instead?
Sure. Why don't you do one of each? That sounds nice. There you go.
Hey,
That'll work.
There we go.
So yeah, as you're kind of approaching this side of the gate, you notice that there is a ravine. It looks maybe newish because there's not a lot of vegetation in it. Maybe it's been, there's been a lot of rain this last spring, and it looks like maybe kind of a ravine has been carved out that hasn't been there for a while, and it turns in such a way that if you were really, really low to the ground, like hugging the ground and crawling along, you could probably be out of line of sight once you get within like a couple 100 feet of the keep. You still have to get to like a couple 100 feet, but from there you should be able to like crawl through this gross area, this gross muddy path, and get pretty close to that postern gate. But let's flip over to Tankster. Now, Ryan, you're sending Tankster alone? What's the deal with you and Tank?
It's kind of one of those things where I'm keeping kind of an eye on him, but from more of the back side and that kind of stuff, chatting with him, since I can talk with him, and as just he's kind of doing a perimeter check to see if there's how many guys are on the walls, how what if there's anything that he can notice that would just kind of let us know what we're dealing with.
All right. Why don't you have Tankster roll a perception check?
Now is that let's see, Mastiff?
See, it's gonna be
character sheet.
Just click that skills perception +3 button right below. Oh.
Tankster, you're not doing too good here, man.
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
He's a little distracted, a little hungry. He really wanted that chimera, and it did not turn out well. And he's just kind of like, how dogs get when they're hungry and they're a little distracted. Yeah.
Gosh dang it, Tank. So yeah, he comes back and he says that he just wasn't really noticing anything out of the room. Like how many guys were on the wall at least? And he's like,
more than one.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, and it's just like, do you have any food?
There's this one. He had a chicken leg, and he was eating it, and it looked really good. Oh my god, they've got chicken legs in there. Can we go get the chicken legs? Come on.
I'm like, damn it, Tank. All right, fine. I can. And from my side, at least from the side that I'm on, which is the river side, can I make a perception check to see if I can see anything?
Sure. Let's see what you got.
Just from at least that one side. Where is perception? Perception, there it is.
There you go. So you spot a total of 6 guards on the wall.
Now, on the thing that we're looking, which wall side would that be?
So you see 1 guard here, and you saw 2 here, and 2 here, and then there was 1 that was like walking back and forth.
Gotcha. All right.
This way, yeah. And then Koopa, you noticed that there were definitely 2 over here.
Correct.
So whether it's always these 8 or whether, who knows what the situation is.
Yeah.
8 is a lot of guards to have on a keep this size, just kind of all the time. Because, you'd need 3 shifts of that. That's 24 guards just to keep an eye out. That's a lot of people. So who knows if this is, or what's going on here.
And was they able to notice if they were, the guards on there just was carrying bows and arrows or? Yeah,
they look to have
crossbows
spears and crossbows.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So I grabbed Tank and we're just kind of waiting there, still kind of nearby, but still just waiting to see if now actually now that I think about it, since we're on the left side of the keep,
correct.
I'm guessing then Koopa's on the right side then,
correct,
because of the way she was going. All right, so I grabbed Tank and I'm like, okay, boy, like we're not gonna get anything else from here, and Koopa's on the other side, so we should probably make our way back to the camp, back to Brother Honey Buns.
You all gather back together sometime that afternoon after doing your little bit of reconnaissance. You have a pretty good count of the number of guards, but you didn't see anybody coming or going. The gate never opened, the front door never had anyone coming through it. There wasn't really anything else going on. It was just those 8 guards hanging out on the wall all day long. You know,
for somebody who's building an army, that seems a lot of not building.
Yeah, it's a lot of guards, but like also very minimal visible activity. Why do you think that is?
No, it is really strange. You typically would have normal comings and goings of a chief that size. So
especially if you're about to prepare an invasion or something, you would expect there to be messengers coming back or supplies coming around or something.
Unless he's using mages.
Well,
or animals to send messages.
Or
oh wait, okay, yeah.
Or we're not at the right place. We stormed the wrrong castle.
Well,
that's always an idea.
My question is, I kind of look at him. I'm like, we've really been taking, what was her name?
The
Baroness. We've been really taking her at her word for everything. You know what I mean? Like, if we're not seeing any kind of comings and goings here, I mean, do you think we could have gotten misinformed?
Maybe if he might have the crown on him. If we just get the crown, and then come back and not have to kidnap him, it kind of circumvents all of this, so we don't have to kidnap anybody.
So I kind of, I mean, so it's kind of like, you know what? Either way, we still need to go inside. There's so we're definitely that, but I would say we definitely need to keep our eyes and ears open for anything. And now, Koopa, when you were that close, did you hear the guards talking about anything? Or
I think they would be too high up. Could I have heard what they were saying?
Give me a perception check, and we'll see if there was any dialogue you picked up.
Yeah, because you can't feed an army with no food.
Yeah, with a 6, I'm not gonna hear anything.
No, they're high and the winds were blowing, and yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not hear anything.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, well, either way, we got to go in, and we're gonna go in at nighttime here. But I would say, as we're walking around, and trying to go in there quietly, keep your ears open to see if we do hear anything as we're going, because I mean, any information we can glean from anything is going to be good, because this just seems off and a little bit weird.
All right, well, night falls and eventually it becomes time to sneak on in. So you guys have to close to like a couple 100 feet and then crawl along the ground and then get to that postern gate. So
when we get really close, I'm gonna cast silence on us.
Ooh, what's the duration of silence?
10 minutes, so close enough that we can get to there, and it says up to 10 minutes.
Right. Okay.
20-foot radius spear.
Perfect. So is that... Okay, so yeah, perfect. That's perfect. Want everyone to give me a stealth check with advantage. And 21 from Kupakins. Very good.
Are you guys ready?
Come on, you can do it, brother Honey Bun. 18.
I got a +0. Let me do a roll.
I only have a +1, my dude, and I got a critical. Yes.
Oh wait. Oops,
oh, that's a 19. That's 19. Very good.
Yeah, you got a 19. So you're fine.
Yeah.
And one last one for Tankster, because you know those dogs.
Oh man.
They see a rabbit.
Actually, I kind of look at him like, before we go in, should we just... Koopa, what are you doing with your pets?
Oh, my pets I had already sent back home.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. When we went back to meet the Baroness, I had them stay back because I don't want...
You had them stay back with the Baroness. Okay.
No, not with the Baroness. We live outside the city limits. So
Gotcha. All right. So I guess what... con, wisdom, charisma.
So here's the question: do you want to leave him outside in the wilderness?
Yeah.
Or close to you.
Yeah.
Oh, decisions.
What do you think, Koopa? With us, or
if you want him to not die.
Do you think out in the wilderness is safer?
Well, if there's somewhere that you can send him, like, if you want to, like, send him to Niga or something to watch.
Well, Niga's, we don't even know where Niga is.
I thought she was home with her cats.
Yeah, we don't know where she lives, though.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
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 What do you think, Bonzai? You've done more D&D with Koibu. What do you think?
Well, I just done more D&D, and I usually always you want to keep your companions close unless you have somewhere safe to drop them off.
Gotcha. All right, we're gonna keep them close. All right, so you want me to roll dexterity?
Check. Yeah,
Stealth.
dexterity check.
What same.
Okay,
same. All right.
Same. 21. Wow.
Yeah, there you go. We got
21,
it.
21, 18, 19. Those are amazing stealth checks. You guys get close. You get low to the ground. Brother Honeybun gets the silence spell up. You guys begin crawling through that mud and muck and find yourself right up next against that postern gate. Let's get the appropriate music here. So you find yourself getting real close to that keep. You pull yourself out of this ravine and look up. You can still see two guards up here. They're different from the ones earlier in the day that are up here. And you can overhear their conversation. It's pretty standard guard talk. You know, just talking about the local people. How's it going? Did you hear about the gladiator yesterday who was fighting the dwarf? And just kind of rambling on. And as you're getting to move forward, the conversation switches suddenly. And one of the guards says, so, do you think it's gonna work? Do you think they're trustworthy? The other guard says to him, well, I mean, they're called that for a reason, right? No one's gonna remember that that's a way in. And the first guard says, yeah, but you know, it's the Baroness. She's a clever one. You know, she's got allies all over the place that you wouldn't expect. And the first guard says, yeah, but I mean, she's forgotten all about them. There's totally a way into the city that way. And his lordship will be fine. It'll be fine. I don't think we should have to worry about it at all. And the first guard says, yeah, I'm just nervous. You know, I hate the sewers. They're gross. They're disgusting. I don't like marching through them. The other guard says, dude, look, you signed up to be in the military. What are you bitching about, man?
The forgotten, my poor people. Sorry.
And so they sort of just talk back and forth for a little while, reassuring each other about the things that are coming forward and coming up. And there you are, sitting in that little gully. The postern gate is maybe 30 feet from you. You can see where it would be, but again, it's one of these bricks over here. You're gonna have to shuffle it and find the lever with the two guards directly overhead. So how are you gonna deal with that?
Aren't we still silenced?
You are silenced, yes. It sounds last 10 minutes, so I think the first silence spell was used while you guys got that close, and then it had to be off if you were gonna hear their conversation. So it must have worn off as you got real close to them.
Well, before we touch any of the stone, I'll silence it again. I have a couple, but I mean, that conversation. I'm not saying that out loud, but.
So yeah, if you could use silence, then that means we could pull
I'll go silence again. I got
the rock again without having to worry about that.
I have 3 second-level spells, so we used one. So I potentially have 30 minutes of silence.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, cast silence, and we can then feel our way around without having to
as much noise as we want, because we'll be silent.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys cast silence, and you approach, and you get right up to the wall. Let me give them a check to see if they see you. No, those stealth checks are way too good on your part. They never see you guys come, and you sneak right up against the wall, and there's just a bunch of bricks everywhere. You start pulling at them, and you start grabbing at them, and one of them slides right out, and behind it is a small little lever.
Pull it. It shouldn't make a noise if.
Right. You give it a tug, and it probably would make a noise, and the rock wall that begins to move would probably make a noise, but you've got this 20-foot radius or aura of silence around you, which isn't high enough to actually touch the guards. You're like 30 feet off the ground, but it does keep the door from making any noise as it moves in and slides back. And we'll just take a quick look over here. You can see how that gate opens up right there.
Oh, cool.
And you guys slip in through the outer wall and into the courtyard. As you walk into this courtyard, in through this little area, right to about here, you can see that there is this well right here has been modified. There is a ladder that goes down, like a nice big heavy industrial ladder, as well as a winch, not a winch, a winch, not a winch, with some ropes and buckets and everything for like,
hey,
do you want some beer?
for lowering up and down all sorts of supplies into what looks like a well, but I think you guys are getting the impression that this is maybe a different secret entrance in and out of the keep. However, there's no one around right now because it's nighttime.
Secret tunnel guys, or trying to find the guy?
The guy might be in the secret tunnel.
He might be in the secret tunnel because they said, "Is he gonna be all right?" Meaning that he's not here.
Yeah. They haven't been seeing him.
What do you guys think?
The secret tunnel.
I'm thinking about secret tunnel as well. I'm leaning
secret
towards that.
Tunnel through the mountains.
All right,
That's actually a song.
You guys hop into the well, scamper down, and it is lit down here.
As in, it's a party.
It's a party.
No, it's lit with lanterns and light. But as you descend into the well, you notice a familiar figure curled up, sleeping on the ground nearby that begins to rouse as you guys come on down. The misshapen, misfigured...
I swear to God, is it that
Go
person?
You cast Hold Person as it begins to wake up. It fails its save. And one of your little forgotten friends is here. That one that was like, oh yeah, there's a secret way, but it's through like the gross shitter hole, is right here at the base of this. Semi-awake now, but held in place.
So the forgotten
betrayed you.
Are we talking about that were-rat that?
No, it's not the were-rat. It's the people that I was taking care of.
I do not remember this.
It was a session before you showed up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Showed up. So I went in, and I essentially the reason why my tavern is so important is because I've been taking care of rejected sewer people that are misshapen and rejected from society,
like weird mutant folk.
Weird mutant folk that I essentially went in and saved a crazy barren sewer guy from.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I didn't kill anybody. I've been helping them. I'm very upset.
Well, this guy's held. He can't speak or act, and the three of you are standing around him. What do you do?
Well, do I actually know this one?
Yeah, this is the same guy that just told you about the sewer entrance in here. Who, like, clearly was lying to you about access routes into this keep.
Kill him.
I'm not gonna kill him. I've been trying to help these people, and I need to understand why this was done.
Is he the only person here?
Yeah. You can look down the tunnel. You can see that there are, like, racks on the walls where they've clearly been storing weapons. It looks like there have been, like, this has been a supply center for some sort of group.
I am very upset. I can't. Can I detect lies? I can't detect lies.
It's a 3rd level spell, Zone of Truth.
Yeah, but I already used all my 3rd level Rs. Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
First, tie him up.
Okay. You can tie him up, not a problem. The hold person will wear off fairly soon. But you have a little time.
Go ahead. I need some explaining. Make sure that it's like, can there be a way I can make sure that he doesn't like just scream out?
You could gag him.
Yeah, we're gonna gag him.
All right. I need some explaining, but I don't know how to do this without it because it's an echoey tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I go ahead and I just I take one of my daggers and I just place it right at his rib cage, where it would just slip right into his heart. And so he's being tied up and clearly knows he gets stupid, he's just gonna die. So all
right. Well, I know what is his name. It's like or something like that.
No.
Go ahead and look at him. Go ahead and crouch and be like, I don't want you to yell right now, but under this circumstances, I don't know what to think. So we're going to speak calmly about this, and I want you to tell me what is going on. I thought we were friends. Didn't I help you guys make your planting area better? Haven't I been, like, basically trying to help you guys? You have to help me understand what is going on. Food is something basic that we all share, and to take one's food and then to spit in his garden is not acceptable. So I go ahead, remove it slowly. Don't make any. Yeah.
Hey there, Brother Honeybun. Look. His lordship has said that we could live on the surface if we helped him into the town and past the walls.
I asked you if you wanted to live in the surface, and you said no.
Well, because they wouldn't accept us, but his lordship says that he'd make us, elevate us to higher status than all the other citizens, and
don't you think I could have helped you? Why didn't you just everything?
Because he's a lord and you're just a brother. So. But look, I sent you away because I didn't want you to get hurt, man. Like, you're not supposed to be here right now. You're supposed to be out of not involved in this, man. We don't want you to get hurt. We love you, Brother Honeybun.
Why do you think I asked you about this keep?
Well, I know, it got me really nervous. So I had to make up something to keep you out from the sewers so you wouldn't run into the whole army and get killed. I'm looking out for you, I swear. I've got your best interest in mind.
I know, but now your people are in jeopardy too.
No, his lordship's a cool guy. He'd never betray us. He's super cool.
He stole a crown and also is commanding a demon.
He's threatening to kill his own blood.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, power changes hands only in tumultuous times. That's what his lordship always says. So it's, you gotta do a little wrong. You gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet, right?
You're following the wrong lord, dude.
I don't know. He seemed cool. He was really nice to us.
All right, well, between him and Brother Honeybun, who's actually been trying to help out more? Who's been honest? Who's actually been right down there with you? And last I checked, it's Brother Honeybun.
Yeah, but like, surface. We could help rule the town.
I just turned to Brother Honeybun. I'm like, what do you want to do? Because clearly he's been given some false information.
I've been at his daughter's party.
I get that.
What does that mean?
I understand your reasoning, my friend, but I just wish that you would have told me. I could have also made a deal with the Baroness. This is what I've been working towards.
He kind of dips his head in shame, and his face is already this weird, like, splotchy red-purple color, just like naturally, but the color darkens. a little bit. Turns the saturation up.
Cut him loose. I'm just so disappointed. He's not gonna go ahead and yell. It's already... How long have they left for? Nar.
They haven't left yet. They're all still in the keep. They're leaving tomorrow morning. Dawn. This is just where all the supplies are, so
Where's
it's...
the Baron?
His lordship's in the keep, up on the 4th floor. In the bedroom.
Now your people are involved. This makes it so much more complicated. Please just run home. Run home right now and prepare for whatever
I'm sorry.
outcome. Just...
He waits for you to untie him and then
Yeah.
will scamper off.
He won't warn anybody, but at least we know the army hasn't gone yet.
All right, so here you are in the sewers, near all of these supplies for this army that's being built. His lordship is in the keep, a few floors above you. He's got the crown. Something needs to happen, and we'll figure out what happens next time we play, because we are out of time for today.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry, I have to go to 2 doctor's appointments.
No worries. Your rib takes precedence over anything else.
It's totally fine, and this is a great stopping point. Like, if we were going to play for another hour or 2, we would have to, like, stretch. So this is perfect. When we come back next time, I want to say next week, but we'll see.
The Forgotten.
Yeah, next week I will also say I'm at E3, so there's going to be no way for next week,
we'll sort out our scheduling. But when we come back, we will deal with the climax and the final, hopefully everything, and sort out who will be the future Lord of Meadstead, and what will happen to you all.
So I can take this off then.
You can take that off if you desire.
Take it off. You're no more Lumen.
She's dead. No.
God.
Sorry,
No,
the
that
dog's been being
wasn't-
super extra, so I keep having to like go upstairs, and I heard her like eating something, and I was like, oh shit. What did she get into?
Oh, you gotta be careful with doggos.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yes.
It was fun today.
It was, yeah. I will just have to see what happens next time. Brother Honeybun's very conflicted because now they're forgotten. The whole reason I'm trying to work some good with the Baroness was, dang it, you found my weak spot. The whole forgotten people, Koibu. How long have you been planning this?
Oh, like 5 seconds. I just made it up on the fly. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Well, then we'll talk and sort out our next playtime, and then we'll be back for our epic finale. In the meantime, what are you guys up to in the next week or 2?
I will be streaming tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm going to do my first ever art stream because I'm drawing like stickers and stuff that I'm going to then be selling, probably also at TwitchCon, because it sounds like I'm going to have a booth at the Artist Alley there, so I'm excited.
That's awesome.
About that. I know, I'm so excited.
That's in 5.5 hours from now on twitch.tv/Kupakins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Bonzai baby?
I have to see how all my appointments go. I'm trying to get well enough so I can go skydiving on Sunday. Because I promised that I got to my sub goal, I'd go skydiving, and I don't want to waste that money. So I'm like, I'm sore, but if I can fix myself enough before Sunday and have enough painkillers, and then I'm good to go skydiving.
You're going to be attached to somebody anyways, right? Because they make you,
I'm going to be attached, so I'm not really in control. So
yeah,
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's definitely fine.
But no, I'm not doing that much today. It just depends on how I might do a bonsai after dark, which is like my one time I actually do cussing and mature stream.
What?
Oh Lord.
Why did I not know about this?
Because I only do it once in a blue moon. Because when everybody who plays online with me, every time we do After Dark, the first thing they say is the F-bomb.
I say the F-bomb on accident on your channel all the time, and then I feel bad.
It's okay, but yeah.
I'm a sailor, basically. It's hard to not be.
What about Ryan? What about you, Koibu?
So myself, I'm actually going to be going live here in about 20 minutes. Just right at 1 p.m. I'm partnered up with Dauntless, so we're back on the Dauntless hype. So going to be playing more of that. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of like Monster Hunter World kind of game. But playing a whole bunch of that until a little after 5 p.m. And then I am done streaming until probably until like next Friday, maybe this time, because I'm going to be flying out to Los Angeles on Monday and being at E3 for that time, and may try to do some IRL streams while I'm there, but nothing planned. But yeah, that's it. What's got going on? So yeah, this is going to be my 12th year at E3. 12th time.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Well, I mean, being a game dev, like, you know, you get in there for free.
Right. I've only been there once.
So,
did you get in by being a partner this year?
Well, no, because I've been there for so many times. I still have a lot of connections as a game developer and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's not a props.
I see.
Oh, I just realized I do not have any makeup on. Ah.
You look beautiful.
You're still gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I just looked at myself. I was like, oh no, I forgot.
You're so pretty.
you're so good looking, girl. I'm like, oh my God. Just like Koibu. Look at that face of his. He's so beautiful and gorgeous. He's got that red beard thing going on. Oh my God.
Thank you. As for me, I am starting my new campaign 2 weeks from Wednesday. No, 2 weeks from last Wednesday, 1 week from next Wednesday. It's the 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific or 7 p.m. Central European Time. It is a one-on-one campaign called Assassin, where each week is a separate assassination that gets like planned out and plotted out and very carefully organized, and then someone gets murdered and the player has to try and escape. And we're using some fun old declassified CIA handbooks for our inspiration and as our source material for all of this. So,
you're streaming on the official D&D channel?
I have a couple of campaigns I run there, yeah.
That's so cool.
That's my jam.
It's really cool.
Good for you, man.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in Assassin, I'll see you guys 10 a.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central European Time on the 20th on twitch.tv/D&D. And I think we're all out. So we'll see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, friends.
See ya.
Bye, guys.